y a quelqu'un qui appelle mon nom. Y a quelqu'un qui appelle mon nom. On travaille aujourd'hui, on travaille sous la pluie, on travaille au tabac. Mes mains sont noires à cochon. Mes mains sont noires à cochon. 36 jours et 36 nuits, on travaille au tabac. Oui, ma blonde, elle attend après moi. Oui, ma blonde, elle attend après moi. Je vais retourner avec beaucoup d'argent. On travaille au tabac. Boat driver.
Mai uhe uhe ni ana kapuana uhe uhe kapo I kaulana kau I kanuku uhe uhe ni.
Alright, so after some thought and inspiration, here's another Ruminations video, and if you've seen my playlist of Fun with Flag Facts and seen the one about the South African flag, the previous one before the one we all know, the 1928 to 1994. This actually, now this doesn't just cover any of my possible Afrikaans audience out there, but also it covers, I'm gonna cover three peoples, three nations, whatever, if you will. South Africa, Canada, and Hawaii. Even though that's technically America, but identity-wise, that's either here nor there, depending on who you ask and heritage and stuff. So this returns to basically all of what all these three nations in terms of flag history have in common: the Union flag or the Union Jack. Now, I always liked the even though the 1928 to 1994 South African flag is supposed to be seen, in modern times, and since Nelson Mandela got a say in politics and blah blah blah, that the Union Jack. There's like a third flag within the flag as well, I can't remember what that is. I think it's like representative of like, I suppose, nearby Namibia or just Southern Africa in general. But there's the orange Free State flag, or like Dutch, the original Netherlands flag with the Union Jack, and then the third one, which I think it represents like an updated Orange Free State thing, or represents Africa, Southern Africa, But to stop talking twaddle about that, what are your opinion? First, Afrikaners. What are your opinions on, say, the old flag? Do you miss the old flag, or do you like the? How many of you actually are kind of neutral about the flag, and which one? How many of you about the current flag, and which one are you? And then those of you who think it sucks, basically, feel free to comment. And next, you Canucks out there, are you proud? Are you proud of the current flag? You have the maple leaf, which you've officially had since about 1960. It's amazing how modern the flag is. And I think it used to be, if I remember, I think it might be to do with the province or something, that I can't remember as a whole, but there's at least a Union Jack, pre 1960, and possibly a grizzly bear or something like that. But maybe it's speaking of Nelson Mandela, Mandela effect, which has nothing to do with Nelson Lala Mandela, played brilliantly by Idris Elba in the biographical film. So yeah, I mean, I think my take on it is that the flag I'm not Canadian, but I suppose in terms, I'm gonna go off a bit of tangent here, but due to some World War II stuff, it's possible that either my biological great granddad was either at least an Afrikaner or a Canadian, or an Italian prisoner of war, or whichever. That's what my uncle tells me anyway. The last one. But yeah, the flag. I think how I picture it, I would have. I think there used to be a flag where, again, one of the province things where it was an Inuit or an Indian and some like Acadians, like proto Louisianan Cajun people, basically shaking hands or something like that. So I'd have something like that, like maybe like a feathered spear type thing on one corner, some kind of hat, some kind of migrant worker hat or something like that, and then maybe a Union Jack, but coloured in the French kind of way, at least. I know they have similar colours throughout the French flag and some parts of the Union Jack, but yeah, more emphasis on the, I guess, orange or something. I get mixed up with flags sometimes, especially when they look similar. Like for example, Italy, and speaking of Italy, kind of by tangentially, Ireland and Italy's flag look very similar. And if you're slightly colourblind when it comes to orange and red, like I am, I get mixed up between them all the time. But Italy's dark is red, medium red, and Ireland, its last colour, similar with Italy, is like a dark orange, like a medium dark orange. Might be to do with, maybe there's a connection. Maybe it's to do with like Catholicism to some degree. But yeah, all right. I'm going to finish up with Hawaiians, and this includes everyone in Hawaii. The ones, the descendants of the Hawaiians that have been on the island longer than anyone else. Like kind of Polynesian types, related to, and this is like a fun fact thing, all related to like the Samoans and also the Maoris. They're all surprisingly related to each other, which is quite interesting. like in Moana. It kind of makes sense that one of the I've seen the trailer for Moana 2. One of them has a vague, kind of posh sounding, I guess, sort of Kiwi New Zealand thing, which makes sense to me actually. Even though this was probably like 3,000 years ago when no one talked English, but you know, it's a Pixar film, so what? I'm overanalyzing it. But yeah, seeing as Hawaii is an American state, and I saved a playlist from someone where it was like different American state flags, and Hawaii's one has a Union Jack on it, and it's been that since, like that ever since. So what's your opinion on the Union Jack being left on your island's flag? You're not bothered? Do you like it? Do you want to make a change? For example, the New Zealanders a lot of New Zealanders have been wanting to change New Zealand's flag, replace the Union Jack with something else, and or similar to the Canada thing, keep it on there but put something else there other than the Southern Cross. But yeah, that was another Ruminations video for specifically for South Africans, Canadians, and that includes French Canadians actually, because it's all one country, and Hawaiians. So yeah, I'll stop rambling on and upload this now.